In this video, we are going to be looking at adding collectibles to our games and adding in a scoring system. So the first thing we need to do is actually add in our collectibles, which hopefully you all have learnt by now how to do it. We do it in exactly the same way, but just in case you can't remember, here is how we get to it. So we go to Insert at the top of the Clickteam. We go to New Object, and then we want to go from File to insert our collectible. Select it. I've only got the one for now, which is going to be the coin. Gives them some points, and then we're going to open that up. If it is animated, you're going to want to have it as an animation like we did with our player character. If it isn't, then you're going to select Active. So obviously you can right click and press copy and then right click and paste, or you can select it and go Control and C and then Control and V to paste it into a new place. So in my game, these coins are going to be the way that the player gets points. So there are going to be quite a few on the map. I know that some people have collectibles which are going to give them special abilities and stuff, but this is just a really simple way of showing you how to add collectibles into the game and how to set up events for them to actually coincide with a scoring system. So this next step is just basically showing you how to copy and paste them so that you have multiple ones all over the map. The reason why you want to do this rather than inserting it every single time is so that you only have to apply the event and you only have to apply the coding for like in one instance. You don't have to keep going back and doing it for every single one. So now you can see I've got all of them down. On the left hand side you can see all of the sprites that we've already added. If I click on that, it selects all of them. This is the whole thing of being able to copy and paste them in rather than adding them in separately all the time, because otherwise that would be like absolutely loads of exactly the same thing. In order to make sure that our animation loops and it carries on playing rather than just playing the once, we need to make sure that we have the loop function added, which we touched on in the last video. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to Insert and then New Object. And this time we're going to search for something specifically. So click on that search bar and type in score. And you want the one that literally is just called score, and it's got the 1, 2, 3 on it. So click on that and then press OK. Click anywhere in your maze. I'm going to put it in the top just because that's where I want it, and I'm just going to change it so that it's actually on my maze. I'm using the arrow keys to move it down ever so slightly. Just to make it stand out a little bit more, I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to edit it. Now I'm literally only going to change the colour on this because it makes no sense in changing the whole thing altogether, because it's supposed to be a scoring system and I've already got my numbers all laid out for me nicely, so I'm just changing the colour so that I can see it a little bit better. Okay, so that's all I'm doing right now. Please don't change the numbers, otherwise you will find it very, very difficult to actually give yourself a scoring system at all. So once I've done that, I'm going to go up to the event editor at the top of the page and I'm going to select a new condition. I'm going to click on my player character and I'm going to select a collision with another object, because what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that whenever our player collides with a coin, something is going to happen. So then obviously we click on the collectible in this window and then press OK. We're going to right click under the player 1 column, that's the one with like the little joystick at the top, and then we're going to go to score and we're going to go to add to score. It's completely up to you how many points each coin is worth. I'm going to go for 10 because it's a nice round number. And just so that they don't end up having absolutely millions and millions of points, because that would just make the game far too easy, I'm also going to make it so that whenever the player actually collides with one of the coins, it destroys them. So there's no chance of them like reappearing again. So I'm going to right click on the coin and then I'm going to select destroy. So let's see how that works when we play it. So you can see that once my player has gone over the coins, one, they disappear, and also in the top corner you can see them adding to the points. Okay, so in our next video we are going to be adding in our enemy characters, giving them a bit of movement, setting up the pathways that they're going to move, and also giving our player lives so that it gives them a bit of a challenge to complete the maze. Okay, until next time, thank you very much.